We are honored to be joined by Diane Williams, President and CEO of JBWS. Good to see you, Diane.
Good to see you too, Steve. So happy to be here. It's really a privilege.
Well, it's our honor, and we're going to put up the website of JBWS so that people understand who you are, what you do, and why it matters so much. The hotline, the 24-hour hotline, the website, et cetera. JBWS, the acronym, there's something to it. Please share.
Absolutely. So we're actually celebrating our 45th anniversary this year. And for many years, we were known as Jersey Battered Women's Services. And around 2017, it really dawned on us that as an organization, we were not only cutting out an entire segment of the population by using the term women in our title, but also to, the term battered. So when people think about battered, they really only think about physical violence, and domestic violence is so much more than that. It's emotional, it's financial, it's verbal. And so when we wanted to ensure that our services were open and inviting to all genders, we decided to shorten it to JBWS and stick a tagline on there that's safety, support, and solutions for abuse for all.
And doing incredibly important work. And as the website is up there, the hotline is up there, to those of you who are experiencing domestic violence, experiencing a situation that is unbearable, that is an important resource, and we want to provide that information to people so they can go to the website. Diane, how much worse has as we do this program going into October of 2021, how much worse is this situation, particularly because of COVID?
Wow. They really called domestic violence the pandemic within the pandemic. And it was so frightening, especially immediately when the pandemic became such a real thing for all of us, because all of the hotlines stopped ringing. The domestic violence hotlines across the nation stopped ringing, and we knew domestic violence didn't go away. But what happened is people were under 24/7 surveillance. They didn't have space. They didn't have the ability to have any privacy or confidentiality to reach out for help. So for us, that was a really, really scary time. And we knew we had to quadruple our efforts to get out there and let people know that we were still open. Our shelter and our 24/7 hotline were still available and taking in victims that needed safe shelter.
So people were trapped even more so than when they were trapped pre-pandemic. Gun sales have gone up. Alcohol consumption has gone up. I mean, what an incredibly difficult is not the right word, harrowing experience for these men and some women, women and some men. When people call the hotline, what happens so that people understand? Because I don't want to make it sound like we're solving a problem that's longstanding and complex. What happens when you call the hotline?
So many things. So we actually call it a helpline. And
helpline,
the reason
I apologize.
No worries, because not all people, when they call our helpline, are looking to leave the situation that they're in. They're looking for support, they're looking for information, or they're calling about someone that they care about or are concerned about. And so really it's an opportunity for someone on the other side to listen and provide resources and support, so that at some point, if somebody wants to leave an unhealthy or unsafe relationship, they know the safest way to do so, and what sort of resources there are in their community to be able to do that.
I have a police question in my mind that I'll get to in a second, in terms of whether police are more sensitive, aware, and helpful than in the past. But the other question is about dating abuse. 1/3 of high school students, in a recent study, 1/3 of high school students have been involved in an abusive dating relationship. Talk about it.
Yeah, that's scary. Just as a parent myself of a 14-year-old daughter, those statistics are incredibly scary. And what happens is so many things out there in the media or on social media really glamorize sometimes what dating abuse looks like. Intense jealousy can sometimes feel flattering at first, or somebody, you won't think twice when someone picks up your phone and goes through it and starts asking questions about who you're talking to, or sends you 100 messages in an hour. that really, it's so important in regard to, getting to people when they're young to talk about what a healthy dating relationship looks like so that maybe we can stop the cycle of violence from continuing. And that's actually, one of the programs that we have at JBWS is teen dating abuse prevention. And so we are in the universities, we're in the high schools, the middle schools, and we're going out and we're talking about what warning signs are in an unhealthy relationship and what you can do as either an upstander or bystander, or if you think that you might be in an unhealthy relationship, what can you do? And so that's such an important part of the work that we do.
And if someone goes on the website, they can find out as someone who sees it, observes it, thinks it's a real problem and wants to be helpful, but doesn't want to exacerbate the problem, or someone who's in that situation, you have professionals to help them through this, correct?
Absolutely. I think the times of just not getting involved in what's going on need to be over. And domestic violence just grows in isolation because all of the shame and the stigma that is attached to being a victim. And people don't understand that victims, they look like you and I, Steve. It cuts across all socioeconomic lines, ethnicities, religions, races. And we just need to, if we see something, say something and be a support. Don't be judgmental or labeling. Be a good listener. Know what the resources are in your community so that if you have some concerns about someone that you care about, you'll be able to direct them to some professionals that can help.
Diane Williams is President and CEO of JBWS. Thank you so much for the work that you and your colleagues do every day. Use that helpline, please, folks. Hey, Diane, thank you so much. You honor us.
Thanks so much, Steve.
You got it. I'm Steve Adubato. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
State of Affairs with Steve Adubato is a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation. Funding has been provided by RWJ Barnabas Health, the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey, Berkeley College, Bank of America, the North Ward Center, MD Advantage Insurance Company, Fedway Associates, Inc., the Adler Aphasia Center, and by the Fidelco Group. Promotional support provided by Insider NJ and by AM 970 The Answer.
Hi, I'm Abby. You might see me as an ordinary person, but I've been living with a brain injury since 2018. Opportunity Project gave me hope, and I've gained confidence through job skill training and helping my family. Despite my challenges with memory, I see a possibility to keep improving.
If you have a brain injury, you don't have to face your road to recovery alone. Learn more about Opportunity Project and its partnership with Children's Specialized Hospital.